So, last time we checked in on our yellow fam, we had a dude hanging from the side of the Trump Tower with a knife in his hand talking about how he wasn't crazy. And for as hilarious as that was, let's even it out a little bit with someone who's presenting us some true logic and asking real questions of Americans and seeing how I'm an American, I feel I am equipped to answer quite a few of these. And so let me introduce you to Yeonmi Park. I'm pretty sure I butchered her first name, so I'm not going to say it for the rest of the video. But if my research is correct, she escaped North Korea, and I think she's now in South Korea. I'm not 100% sure, but she's out here. I mean, she a little cutie. You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of Karen Fukunaga. She plays Kimiko in The Boys. So, she kind of cute. She can get it. But either ways, she's as many international watchers are doing. They're looking over at America like, yo, dude, what the hell? So let's see if we can give her a few answers, eh? Let's go.
This crime against humanity happening right now in this 21st century. And what gets me upset even more than CCP is American government. Haven't we all swear that we are never like a holocaust to happen to any human being again? Like, did we all not say never again? And
sure, never again. We honestly, what she's speaking to is there are atrocities taking place at this very second, and it's one of the reasons I really wanted to cover this video. And there will be a link to a link in the description to her channel. But at face value, yeah, we all want to say that. We most of us normal people want to say, yeah, we don't want anything bad to really happen to anyone. It's one of the great virtues of this nation. But I'll have to be not the first, but within this video, I gotta say that we're hypocrites. This country is built on hypocrisy. There's a fantastic episode of South Park where, it's like, hey, we went out of the wars, but, we kind of got to keep the wars going. And it's this big flux of back and forth that, it sucks. It really does for those outside of the country to look over here, see our prosperity, and be like, well, like, what about this over here? But at the same time, we do have our own problems, sweetie.
Here we are doing this again. While some of you, especially in the left, talking about the slavery that happened hundreds of years ago and talking about Black Lives Matter every single day. Yeah, right now, a human being sold for $900 in China.
So, North Korean woman sold in China. Let's read a little bit of that. North Korean women who crossed the border into China, fleeing hunger and repression in their homeland, frequently fall victim to human traffickers who sell them to Chinese men in search of wives. A U.S.-based rights group said Thursday, calling on China to stop repatriating the women and grant them legal protection. Reports claim thousands of North Korean women sold into sex slavery in China, and it's sad. It really is. But shoot, at our own borders down in Mexico, right? I mean, we have 500 kids who basically were trafficked across the border and used as human shields. There was a caravan that's making its way through Central America, where they were using women and children as human shields to push past borders and the like. So, for as much as it's infuriating to see these types of things taking place and knowing these types of things are taking place due to a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of nuance within the relationships between all of our different countries and stuff like that. It's really hard. As much as we may just want to be able to send folks on out and dead all the human trafficking, it's a level of exploitation that's taken place since the beginning of this country's history. All right, seriously. And we can only pray that we'll eventually get there, but I hate to be a realist about this, but the likelihood, at least within our lifetimes, is slim to none.
In this century, our century, right now at this very moment. And how come the people who care about justice and all these great flowery words, how are you not standing up against this?
Because they're hypocrites. Like I said before, like we as a nation, we're gigantic hypocrites. And particularly in the spaces where they're screaming, "Oh, Black Lives Matter," and "Oh, for 400 years," and talking about slavery that many of these folks never spent a day on. When you want to see how it's gotten to this point, a lot of it has to do with the 1965 Immigration Act that we in the States pushed through, which brought in a whole bunch of black and brown people from other countries because, we're trying to be good, trying to like, hey, what I'm saying, you got a place to come through here. Like as a nation, we take in like millions of people a year. So in a lot of ways we do try to do our part, but as far as going into like straight conflict with other countries, I think that's a lot testier than a lot more nuanced and a lot more uh, arduous than we'd like to admit. And when it comes to the people who are crying and like, oh my goodness, and really worried about their first world problems, because trust me, a lot of the complaints going back to the 65 Immigration Act, a lot of people in our urban spaces have been indoctrinated and marinated into this idea and belief that they share the same history. When they immigrated here, they somehow inherited the history of true American slavery descendants, which is bullshit. But when you have critical theory and well, basically, yeah, because it comes in like critical theory comes in all the different flavors from race to gender and everything else like that. When they've matriculated in the levels of academia for the past 50, 60 years, then the folks that you're watching, that you're seeing crying, complain about, oh my goodness, for 400 years, yeah, most of them are just useful idiots. I mean, I want to say probably 90 to 95% of the people out there wilding out like that are useful idiots that have been marinated in critical theory, and your emotions matter more than anything else, and that's why it looks so bananas from an outsider's perspective. At least I would admit I'm not an outsider. I'm an insider. I'm just letting you know how this shit went down.
Are you not a human? Like, how are you, as a world leader, don't you have a responsibility?
Okay, sweetie, here's the deal. I mean, you cute. You cute. No pull out all day. You want to get like, yo, you need a green card. Holla at your boy. But when the deal is that, yeah, the leader of the United States is a world leader, of course. A world leader, though. Like, there's multiple, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you got Putin, you got, like, those guys, they deal with their little circle, but it's not, uh like the America first, America, like the country that you lead, the people that put you in office, they have to come first. It really does, and you have to be operating with their best interest in mind, something that Donald Trump has clearly done. But as far, and I'm not versed enough in his response to what's happened in like I know he's gone and tried to meet with he has met with Kim Jong Un. He's gone over the border between North Korea and South Korea, and he's trying to bring peace there from that level. But it's every country for themselves in a lot of ways. That was a big difference between Trump's leadership and Obama's leadership. Is that Obama's like, well, oh, we have to take care of everybody for everybody else first because we're so prosperous. Whereas Trump is like, look, we got to take care of the people here first, and then we can go out and help and do what we can elsewhere by trying to deal with their leadership at those levels. Which he's up for like 4 Nobel Peace Prize, or he's been nominated 4 times for a Nobel Peace Prize, and that's because at that level, at that diplomatic level, he has to deal with them, not within the lower ranks. It's much like I say over here in the United States when it comes to a lot of our laws and stuff like that. We have the municipal, you got the county, then you got the state, and then you got the federal. And so the municipal and county are supposed to, be taking care of, hey, like the smaller things that happen in the day to day, as opposed to the state and the federal, which are supposed to be, the grander level of things. I hope that makes sense.
To protect North Korean women right now in China? Like, why? Why only some lives matter to you? Why all lives not matter? Like,
here's the thing, all lives do matter at a surface level, but I'm I don't want to sound like a dick, but I'm just not going to care as much for, a guy 2 towns over as I am for my neighbor that I see every day. You get what I'm saying? Like the further out you get, the more it's a surface level type. Yeah, okay, I just want to be seen as a good person type thing. All right.
this is like ridiculous. How some people's slavery matters so much that we can let them to riot and steal and break and burn things down and still that we have to be sorry. But it's happening right now to North Korean people. And the people who said that really cares about slavery and oppression to other people is not standing up. Nobody is standing up.
Well, you are, and I'm making this video, so you got me, babe. Trust, I got you. It's no problem, cause you yellow fam, we fam, alright. But I'm no more powerful than you, sweetheart. And when it comes to all those people out there crying about, oh, for 400 years, they're like I said, useful idiots.
This news about North Korean women keep buried and buried. Even the video that I did about the plight of North Korean women, it's always in the higher, lower tier. I don't know even how many of you gonna see my video right now.
Well, we did. Once again, link in the description to her channel, because she's right. It's very hypocritical, and I say we stand on our hypocrisy, but it's still insanely hypocritical to be like, 400 years ago, this thing happened to somebody I never even met, and more than likely have no blood connection to, when in reality, in China, and it's not just China, it's all over the country, it happens directly at our southern border. And probably there's Canadians, I don't know, are Canadians really that gangster? I'm not sure. But either ways, guys, yeah, no. I'm glad that you put this out. Let's nope. Okay, that's good enough. I'm glad you put this out, and I'm more than happy to leave a link in the description, because real talk, this is an issue. This is something that should be addressed and should be taken care of. But we do have our own problems, and we have, and people live in their own little worlds. All right. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it, like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? Hey, she's cute as hell. But even beyond that, she's saying some real shit. This with the whole BLM thing, it's a theme that we've gone over time and time again on the channel, but it's always interesting to see an outsider's perspective on it and add a little context to how she's perplexed, how is this happening. Well, hopefully, Miss Park, you now know. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.